it's a nightmare when it's less. It is 1:35. I'm on my first break. I usually go on break at 1, but we started off busy. We hit the ground running. So I'll give you guys more of a description of what I do and my patient load and all of that. But right now, I'm about to go get something to eat because that little snack that you saw is just about gone. So here's the utility room. There's some of the things we use. Candy bags and bracelets, alarms for phones. And I'm looking for bags. That's another thing I use, my bags. Hey lovies, it is 2:30. It is now my lunch break. So let's give a rundown of the night. It is 6 CNAs on the floor. That's a good night for us. Sometimes we have less than that, and it's a nightmare when it's less. So we all have about 13 residents each. So our census is probably, let's round it to about 80. We hit the ground running, so they must have been short during the previous shift. So a lot of times if the previous shift is short, you're gonna walk in to a big mess. That's just how it is. When we first get there, we get our assignment. We wait for our assignment to come. Once we get our assignment, we go on to our floor. Our runs is what we call it. So we have our line of rooms. Your line of rooms will be called your run. So you go over to your run. Usually there's call lights on, so I usually prioritize the call lights first. Then after the call lights are done, I will usually go to my more dependent residents first, the ones that I know may not call but they need help. So we change them. Most of the time during night shift, that's mainly what you're doing, is making sure that your residents are dry. We're turning them in the beds because bed sores come on quickly, and these are the things we need to do to prevent those. So we just make sure that they're dry pretty much all night. The only thing that changes up is like in the morning. If you have a dialysis patient or they have a doctor's appointment in the morning, we usually will get them up and get them dressed around like 6 a.m. and so that they can be ready by 7 to leave. Other than that, it's pretty much just keeping them dry and answering their calls for the night. So my run, I do have some pretty call light happy residents on my run, so I'm usually up and down all night. But standard, without even considering the call lights, I would go ahead and do my first runs first to make sure everybody's dry, and then I come and do another one, and then I answer the call lights in between. Tonight, nothing too eventful is happening. Everybody is stable on my run. I do have majority totally dependent residents, and then I have some extensive assisted residents and some limited assisted. 2 or 3 that are limited. The rest are either extensive or totally dependent. I don't have any Foley catheters on this run, but I usually do. I usually have about 2 Foleys, but tonight no Foley. So when you have a Foley, you make sure that the tube at the insertion spot is clean, and then you dump out the bag. You measure the output, record it in your charting. So that's another thing that we do after, giving the care all night. Then we do charting. I usually do my charting towards the end of the shift, just so that I can get a full picture of what actually happened that night, because I don't like to do it too early, because you can do your charting and then something else happens and you've already charted. So I like to wait until the end to do my charting. So I will do that. You guys might want to know like what conditions my residents have. Most of my residents have a stroke or just some kind of contracture. So they'll have like one side is weak. They're very hard to turn in the bed. They need total assistance. Some of them can help with the turn, but a few of them cannot. But we manage just with body mechanics. You learn how to maneuver and turn them. You work with what kind of mobility that they are granted. That can be complicated, especially when you are 6+ months pregnant. But we manage. My residents are sweet. They understand that I'm pregnant, and they try to go easy on me. It's still a demanding job. Physically it is. I have a resident who has anxiety and panic disorder. So they're on oxygen. The anxiety is so bad that oxygen helps. So that was one of the people that I needed to go to as soon as we got on the floor. Yes, I have had 25, 26 residents at sometimes, because when we are short staffed, it happens. There are 3 zones. So you have green zone, which is free. You have yellow zone, which is possible exposure, pretty much quarantine, like 14-day quarantine. And then you have your red zone, which is positive. I have to say that when this Delta variant first came on the scene, we did have patients in our building. We had a red unit. It's locked off from the rest of the building. They have their own staff and everything. I work in the green zone, which is the free zone. I do not work in the yellow or the red, but we did have a red zone. I'm happy to say that we are red zone free as of like a week and a half. We have not had any more red zone residents. So our red zone, and also these are admissions, by the way. These are not our regular residents. They're admissions that come in and then end up being positive. Put them in the red zone until they recover. Make sure they're clear. Then they go to yellow, and then they go to green. So now we only have yellow and green. Once again, the yellow has their own separate section. So right now, as we know, our building is free. Most of our residents are vaccinated, and we do get tested. We get tested twice a week. And my next test would be either Thursday or Friday. So I'll film that for you guys. But yes, we get tested twice a week. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap, and I'll come back. I'm a scaredy cat. I don't know what I can show you, what I cannot, and but I want to show you as much as I can. I think nursing homes are a little bit different. I just wanted to pop in and show you the full gear. This is all the PPE I wear. Sometimes a gown, depending on if there are any precautions in the rooms. Right now, we don't have any precautions, so this is just what I wear. If I don't have the goggles on, then I have the face shield. Lately I've been wearing the goggles. because the face shield and N95 is just so hard to breathe in those. Further along, I'm getting into pregnancy. As you can see, the harder it is to breathe. So goggles and N95 is what I wear right now. 4:11 a.m. I'm eating again. I'm so, like, the hunger right now is on a whole nother level. So I'm eating again, and then this will probably be my last break. This is usually my last break because it's time to do my last runs, and shift change starts, and so it's just really, it's busy. So this is like probably the last time I'll get to eat until it's time to go home. There's really no place to vlog. So I'm in the restroom, ducked off in the restroom. It is, can you see that? Getting ready to do my last changes, my last run. It's about to get popping up in here. Everybody's gonna be coming. They said the state might come, so we'll see what happens. Pretty much once I get up right now, I won't be sitting down until 7 o'clock. All right, let's go. I'm out on the patio right now. Excuse me. I probably look a little frazzled, but yeah, I try to get as many outside fresh air breaks as I can to take the mask off. It's 5:33. We're down to 2 hours left in the shift. I'm about halfway through my second run. Things are going well. It was a pretty chill night, uneventful, so that's good. Sometimes we do have situations where residents have to go to the hospital, respiratory distress, urinary obstruction, just different things. So tonight we didn't have any emergencies or anything like that, so it was good. It was just a chill night. It actually went by really fast. If I haven't said it already, this is my Friday, so if I seem extra tired, that's why. I'm just tired. But good thing I'm not hungry. So I have 3 hospice residents. I have 4 like totally dependent contracture patients, weakness on one side. So it's really hard for them to turn. So they're difficult turns. So you really have to just get creative with how you change them. But you definitely still have to turn them to get them off of their backs so that it relieves that pressure so they don't get the pressure sores. Then I have 2 people that are like limited assisted, and the rest are extensive assisted. My energy is like plummeting as we speak. So these last few changes are really hard for me physically. I just take breaks. My nurse understands, so she's all right with it. She knows my situation, so I just do one room, take a break, do a room, take a break. Oh, and I'm using the restroom like at least, it feels like once an hour, so I have to stop and go and use the restroom. Just the joys of pregnancy and working as a CNA. All right, I will check in with you guys at the end of the shift. Bye. So I just bag everything up, take it all off, and be ready to wash. It is now 7:39 a.m. It's the end of my night shift. After my last check-in, I went and finished the rest of my second round. Then I answered call lights and I did my charting. The morning shift came in and they started to serve breakfast. So they served breakfast like around 7. At the end of the shift, we sign out just like we signed in. Do another temperature before you leave. You put that, you record that, and you also write down the time that you left. We do a screening questionnaire every day when we come in, and so it just asks you, like, have you been around anybody have you been traveling recently? Do you have any cough or fever? Do you work at another facility? And if you do they have patients there? And now they're starting to ask us about our vaccination status too. If we have a vaccination card on hand with us. That's coming. Things are transitioning. My facility is one of the few facilities that will start to require the vaccination as of next month. So that's it. Thank you for coming to work with me. Stay blessed, stay positive, stay prayed up, be a blessing, and I will see you guys in the next video.